Welcome to WB Mason Postgame Extra, exclusively on SNY.TV. On Wednesday night, the Mets made it 2 straight over the Miami Marlins, beating Miami 5-1. Another good pitchers duel, this time R.A. Dickey outdueling Mark Burley, and then the Mets pulled away late.
I think we played the first 6 innings in like an hour and 38 minutes or something. So we were both throwing strikes and doing what we do best. And you know, every game is another opportunity to excel at a craft that you really enjoy doing. And so, you know, the hard thing sometimes is to put bad outings behind you, and it's nice to have one like this.
Both pitchers were dynamic, and but you know, I thought we put some really good bats on. You know, Burley's really good, and R.A. was outstanding tonight. That might be as good a knuckleball as I've seen him have in a long time.
Really only 2 mistakes by both pitchers, just a solo home run that R.A. Dickey gave up to his nemesis, Omar Infante. And Burley was hurt, of course, with that 2-run home run by David Wright. He pitched well against them all night. Burley came as advertised, a guy who's changed speeds, keeps the ball down, and now he's 1-3, a hard luck loser again.
Wright takes over as the Mets franchise leader in RBIs with 735, passing Darryl Strawberry, and the Mets added 3 runs in the 8th.
Very humbling, and I received a call from Straw a few days ago congratulating me, and I thought that was very classy, and to be mentioned amongst those names with Straw and the rest of the great position players that we've had. It's humbling, and like I said, I don't think that it'll really kick in until at least this season's over, and maybe when my career's over, hopefully a few years down the road.
It couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. David has been nothing but a class act, true professional, about himself since he came to New York City and started playing for the Mets, and it's just a great accomplishment for him. I'm just so happy for him. Records are to be broken, and I'm just glad that it was done, by such a class guy.
Anytime you come to one of the great franchises in baseball that have had some tremendous players come through here, and in the short time he's been here, all of a sudden has holds the RBI record. That's pretty special. That tells you exactly what kind of a player he's been, and he may put that mark out of reach here pretty soon, I hope.
Well, the 3 runs in the 8th were the insurance runs. David Wright with a 2-run home run gave the Mets the 2-run lead, his 3rd of the year. Lucas Duda got a big RBI that drove in with a single to right field that Stanton kind of booted on the field. But then Mike Baxter off the bench with a pinch hit double down the left field line drove in 2. Really iced the game.
He understands his role. He hasn't had a lot of playing time. I think the playing time recently has helped. But Mike and I talked last week about he was going to get a start this homestand, and hopefully it was going to help him out. And he said, "Look, I know what I was getting into when I came to spring training. That's the job," and he's done a good job getting ready for it.
It's never ending. It's always, every at-bat's unique. So I'm trying to continue to have that good approach, but you got to offer at the right pitches.
2 scoreless innings for the Mets bullpen. So the Mets now 10-8 on the year. Remember last year after 18 games they were 5-13. They'll go for the sweep of the Marlins on Thursday afternoon with John Neese on the mound against Ricky Nolasco. 12:30 the coverage for Pepsi Max pregame live on SNY. That'll do it for WB Mason Postgame Extra. Be sure to join us after every game for exclusive coverage on SNY.TV.